Thanks for joining me. I'm Diann Bayes, the #1 quester and founder of How Big is Texas? This podcast is normally focused on my travels around the Lone Star State. Today is about my fellow citizens who have suffered and are continuing to suffer due to the devastating floods that occurred this weekend. I will eventually get back to sharing the great places to visit in Texas. But today, my focus is on our people. Texans went to bed on Thursday, July 3rd, in the anticipation of a 3-day weekend and the celebration of the 249th birthday of the United States of America, including those who lived in the Texas Hill Country and West Central Texas. Kids and adults alike dreamed of celebrating July 4th at backyard picnics, eating grilled hot dogs, hamburgers, and s'mores, taking boats out on the lakes and tubing in the rivers, enjoying drone and fireworks shows with their neighbors, and lighting their own fireworks and sparklers. According to the National Weather Service, a flash flood watch was issued for Central Texas before 2 p.m. on the 3rd. Having lived in both the West and Central Texas areas of the Lone Star State, I saw these watches issued regularly. Unlike where I live now in Northeast Texas, the terrain in Central Texas is much rockier, so when it rains, the water doesn't absorb very well. A little after midnight on Friday, July 4th, it started raining in the West and Central Texas towns and cities of San Angelo, Brady, San Saba, Kerrville, Hunt, Comfort, and other communities. Once again, the National Weather Service issued a flood warning at 1 a.m., another very common practice when you get a lot of rain in the area. Sadly, Texas has seen its share of flooding, including Tropical Storm Allison dropping 40 inches of rain in 2001, Hurricane Ike left 20 inches of rain in 2 days in 2008, and Hurricane Harvey with up to 60 inches of rain over 8 days in 2017. In July of 1987, the Guadalupe River received a little over 11 inches of rain west of the small community of Hunt, causing massive flooding in Ingram, Kerrville, and Comfort. The river rose 29 feet in a short time. The Pot of Gold Ranch hosted a church camp near Comfort and tried to bus more than 300 campers out that morning to beat the flooding. The waters rose rapidly, and 39 teenagers and 4 adults were swept away. Sadly, 10 of the teens did not make it. It was devastating. In 2015, the small community of Wimberley received 13 inches of rain in a few hours, causing the Blanco River, known for its limestone riverbed, to rise and produce a 40-foot wall of water that traveled through the Blanco River Valley, destroying much in its path. My husband and I lived in the town of Buda when the Wimberley flood occurred, only 23 miles from us. We didn't experience any flooding or devastation. But a short 30 minutes away from our house, approximately 350 homes were destroyed and 13 people died. A few weeks after the storm, we volunteered to help an elderly man as he removed his belongings from his home that was flooded along the river, removing everything he owned and taking down drywall that was mildewing from the water. It was all flood damaged, including his album collection. I saw it among other debris, including furniture and family photos. On top of the pile was John Conley's Rose-Colored Glasses album. It brought a sadness to me I've never forgotten. Only a few houses down from the man's home was the empty foundation where another house once stood only a few weeks before. It had been washed away during the storm. Family and friends made up of 6 adults and 3 children were there for Memorial Day weekend. When the flooding took the home, only 1 man survived, as did the family dog. The rest perished. Like so many others trying to find answers, we drove the river as far as it went to search for items that might mean something to the families who lost loved ones. We found nothing, only debris, left behind from the raging waters. The floods that took place this weekend in Texas have been heart-wrenching to watch. Like so many others, we feel helpless. We also recognize we must not get in the way of rescue and recovery efforts by those brave men and women who are risking their lives to try and help their fellow citizens. As of this podcast, 59 people have been killed during the flooding, including 21 children. 11 children and one counselor are still missing from Camp Mystique, a Christian summer camp founded in 1926. Others who were in the area are also missing. Sadly, rain continues to fall north and will bring more water south to the already flooded communities over the coming days. Texans are not known to sit idly by while others in our state are hurting. We want to help. We also know others from around the world feel the need to help too. For those within short driving distance of the Texas Hill Country, there is a need for fostering pets that have been found during the floods. You may also donate monetarily to Kerrville Pets Alive. The Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country is also taking monetary donations through their Kerr County Flood Relief Fund to help those who have lost so much during the floods. Texas Search and Rescue is conducting search and rescue operations, and they are accepting monetary donations. In San Angelo, the San Angelo Area Foundation is accepting donations for disaster relief. I will include the links to these websites on my blog, howbigistexas.com. For those of you who could only offer your thoughts and prayers, they are always welcome. And a final note to those on social media who can't help from making judgments on the people who chose to build near the water, or felt others deserved this because of the way they voted, or blamed others for this happening without all the facts, or are simply uncaring about fellow human beings, including children. I have only 3 words to say to you. If you understand the South and Texans, you will know exactly what I mean and the sentiment behind it. To you uncaring individuals, I say, bless your hearts. Texas will recover from this terrible devastation. We will mourn those who were lost. We will embrace those who survived. We will rebuild the areas that were damaged. We will continue to embrace our fellow Texans and be there in the future for those in need. Thanks for joining me on this special episode of How Big is Texas, dedicated to our fellow Texans suffering from the devastation that took place on the 249th birthday of our country this July 4th weekend in the Lone Star State. Thanks for listening. Until next time, from Texas, safe travels.